Now look at that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, now it started recording. Chalo. So this is what basically the concept of linear and quadratic polynomial, right?
Sir, what about cubic?
Yes. Cubic polynomial means, look at this, highest power of the variable supposed to be 3. Look at this. There are, now if you talk about cubic polynomial. So if I write the standard form of the cubic polynomial will be like this. Look at this. Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Right? So example, 2x cube plus 3x square plus 9x plus 5. It is a cubic polynomial example. Getting my point? It is an example for cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial means highest power of the variable is what? Degree is supposed to be 3. Getting my point? Now if I write, tell me, it is a polynomial in what? Which degree? It is a polynomial in a variable what? X. It is a polynomial in a variable what? X. If I write like this, 2x cube plus 9y square plus 8x plus 5. It is a polynomial in what? It is a polynomial in tell me, in variable what? X and y. Why? Because we are using two variables here. What are they? X and y. It is a polynomial in a variable called x and y. If I simply write x alone, that is a polynomial in a variable x. If I use two variables which are here x and y, so I could call that a particular polynomial as cubic polynomial. It is a cubic polynomial in a variable x and y. If I write now 2x square plus 8y plus c, it is what? It is a variable. It is a polynomial in what variable?
X and Y.
X and y. But it is not a quadratic polynomial. Look at this here. It is not a quadratic polynomial. Why? So just now we told that highest power of the variable is supposed to be 2. Here we have 2. Why can't it be a quadratic polynomial now? We cannot say that is a quadratic polynomial since standard form varies here. Ax square plus bx plus c. If it is in a single variable and the highest power of the variable is 2, then I could call that particular expression as a quadratic polynomial. Look at this here. Compare this one and this one. Here we have two variables. Here we have only one variable, which is x and y alone. So wherever I find ax square plus a bx plus c format expression, I could call that particular expression as quadratic polynomial. If I am finding two variables which are x and y, and though I have highest power as 2, I cannot call that as a quadratic polynomial. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes,
so if both the variables have 2 as the highest power, will it be a quadratic?
Sorry?
If both the variables
Yes.
have 2 as the highest power, will it be quadratic?
If both the variable, no, we cannot call. See here, highest power of the variable what? Look at this here. You are saying this one, ax square plus by square plus c. This one,
Yes, sir.
no, you cannot call. See, standard form is what? Quadratic polynomial. This one. It must be in a variable x only. It cannot come x and y here.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So any doubt? So next.
no, sir.
So I hope you understood this. Next we'll talk about. Have you heard about remainder theorem?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Look at this. Let me show you remainder theorem. Notes 1 second. 1 second, let me show you. What's the date today? 20, right? Yo, we are missing the polynomials notes here. Where it's gone? 1 second, 1 second. Chalo. Look at this here. How many of you have learned polynomials properly? Polynomials, I mean, the remainder theorem properly. How many of you learned that?
I didn't learn.
What about others? See, those whoever in attending this session, can anyone of you please explain me what exactly the polynomial, I mean, remainder theorem says to us? Tell me. Piyush, can you please tell me? Piyush G. Did you forget that? Very bad. What is remainder theorem says to us?
There, if we divide a number, then the quotient into divisor plus remainder will give the same number.
Sorry, if you divide?
If you divide a number, then the quotient and into divisor plus the remainder will give the same number. Example, sir, I mean, dividend is equal to quotient into divisor plus remainder.
Dividend, sorry?
Dividend is equal to quotient into divisor plus
Yes.
remainder.
Yes. Look at this. Now, let me give an example. See here. If, let me read the definition first. So, if polynomial p of x, any polynomial, which is, let us denote that polynomial with p of x. If I write now 9x square plus 8x plus 6, this is a polynomial. Let me give this name, which is f of x, p of x, any name. I'm giving a name. First, suppose, Ayush, Aditya has his name. So if I look at Aditya now, I can say is Aditya. Aditya, one, we are humans. So everyone has their own names, right? So I'm giving this particular polynomial name as f of x or p of x. Any name you can give that as. Getting my point? I'm giving a name. So any polynomial you can take, if a polynomial which is p of x is divided by the binomial. What is that? Binomial. Divided by binomial, let us say x minus a. X minus a, any binomial. x minus a. It could be like x minus 2, x minus 3, x minus 4, anything. X minus a means a means what? Any real number. A could be what here? A, any real number. Divided by a binomial, x minus a, the remainder. The remainder obtained is P of A. What is it? P of A. Let us solve the examples now. Now, what did you understand from this? If I take any polynomial which is P of X, if I divide that particular polynomial with binomial, any binomial like x minus A, so the remainder is going to be what? P of A. What is P of A here? Here P of A, it is P of A and P of X. You observe these two things here, P of X and P of A. Both are equal. See, if I equate both, so what is going to be now? X is equal to A here. X is equal to A or not? In place of X, I'm writing A, as simple as that. And now let us try to understand the example by using the example. So let the example can be, let me write P of X. If P of X is equal to x cube minus 4x square minus 7x plus 10. So look at this now. This is a polynomial. If you divide this, if you divide this polynomial by x minus 2, x minus 2. If you divide this polynomial by x minus 2, the remainder is going to be what now? The remainder is P of 2. P of 2, isn't it? Look at this.
Yes.
Why? Because x minus a I told, right? X minus a. Here x minus a means I need to equate with the 0. What I'm going to get here now? X is equal to a. Just now I told you where x is equal to a, right? Now I should equate with the 2. So equate with the 0. What I'm going to get? X is equal to. So what is going to be my remainder now? P of 2. If I find P of 2, that is going to be my remainder. This is what the remainder theorem says to us. As simple as that. Getting my point, children? Getting my point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll explain you again. Polynomial remainder theorem, what exactly remainder theorem says to us. So whenever you divide a polynomial P of X with a binomial which is x minus a, then what is going to be my remainder? P of a. What is a here? What is a here? Factor of that particular polynomial. Factor of that particular polynomial. Look at this here. Here x is equal to a. How you are getting that x is equal to a? If I divide that binomial with a 0, I'm getting x is equal to a here. So look at this here. Let us try to solve. So 1 second. So so what is going to be my remainder now? So P of 2. What is P of 2 here? So in place of x, I'm going to substitute 2. As simple as that. Look at this here. P of 2 is going to be my remainder. 2 cube, which is going to give me 8, minus 4 into 4, 2 square, which is going to give me 4. 7 2s are 7 2s 14 plus 10. So here 8 minus 16 minus 14 plus 10. All right. So what is going to be the answer now? So 18 minus 30. So minus 12. P of 2 is going to be what? Minus 12. So this is what my remainder now. This is what my remainder. So what did you understood from the remainder theorem? So if you have any particular polynomial, if you divide that particular polynomial with a binomial, so what is going to be my remainder now? P of a. What is that a here? If I divide the binomial with x is equal, if I equate the binomial with a 0, whatever I'm going to get, x is equal to, so a is equal to what here now? 2. So P of a, I told you. Remainder is what? As per the theorem, what is my remainder? As per the theorem, what is my remainder?
P of 2. P of 2.
As per the theorem, P of a is my remainder. So what is a here? P of 2. So if I P of 2 means in the equation, in the given expression, I must substitute. Then I'll be getting remainder. Getting my point? Aditya, Ashini, understood?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is what the remainder theorem says to us. We'll solve multiple questions on remainder theorem. You can just go hard with your exercise problems. Look at this here. Your homework is what now? Today's homework is to Aditya and Ashini. Solve entire polynomials lesson till we finished. Till whatever we have covered in this session today, you just go and try to solve it at home. If you are not understanding anything, you can approach me in the next class, as simple as that. Getting my point?
Okay,
Understood?
sir.
Understood,
Yes,
Aditya and Ashini? Understood what is polynomial, what is remainder theorem says to us?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. So this is what the today's session is all about. So please you try, I have next class right now. So even I don't have charge right now. I have to connect 1 second. So this is what a today's session. You guys can solve the questions from your textbook. If you have any doubts, so you please try to approach me in the next session. Getting my point?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So let's retire then now. We'll meet in the next session and then goodbye. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.